Hi everyone, it's Rain here from Rain's Kitchen and Garden. I'm out in my garden today because I'm doing a little bit of harvesting. These are my garlic plants, and as you can see, the scapes are coming out. These will eventually turn into flowers, so before they turn into flowers I'm going to harvest them because these are edible. You can use these just like you would a spring onion and they taste fabulous. What you need to do is go down to where the stem meets the first leaf and just snap it off. So what I'm going to do this year is I'm going to try dehydrating them. I used to freeze them, and I actually still have scapes in the freezer from last year. So I'm going to try dehydrating them and making a garlic scape powder. They smell so good, and I'm going to have a lot of garlic this fall. See how curly that is? That's when you know they're ready to be harvested. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about what I'm going to be doing with these, specifically what I'm going to be doing with these. There's three parts to this garlic scape, okay? There's the bulb and higher, which I'm not using. I know some people do eat these, but I find that they taste a little sour, so I don't use them. I just toss them back into the compost. Then there's this area here below the bulb. This is the area I'm going to be dehydrating. And if you've ever worked with asparagus, you know that where it snaps, the bottom part is too hard for you to eat. So the same thing with the scape. This part it's like a stick. I'm not going to use this. I know some people do keep them. They cut them up and they toss them in soups and stews as if you would use a bay leaf, and then you take them out. It's just for flavor, but I really don't have any use for these because I've got plenty of scapes. So I'm just tossing this one into the compost pile too. And when I get inside, because this is a little, I can't really snap it off, I'm just going to cut it here and then use this part here. And that's the scape that I'm going to be using. And I'm very, very lucky because these have actually been in the fridge for 12 days. I had a huge mishap with my dehydrator. When I received it, I didn't open the box and check it. Always do this. I ordered from, you know, that company online that begins with an A and has a Z in it. Yeah, I'm Canadian, I say Z. They sent me a used and damaged dehydrator. So I had to send it back and wait for the replacement, which was used and damaged as well. And there were parts missing and there were screws all over the place. And I was just really frustrated because I was watching the days go by and my scapes were just sitting in there waiting to be dehydrated. Finally, I got the third one and it came fine. So today is the day I'm dehydrating, so let's go. Another way you can figure out if you've gotten to a spot that's a little too hard is if your scissors won't cut it anymore. You see? It's not cutting it, so for me this part is going to be way too hard to eat. So this is what I got. I only planted 16 garlic plants this year. Usually I plant 3 or 4 times that many, but I have some left over from last year that we really need to eat, so I decided to just go small this year, and next year I'll do some more. But these are all the Scapes. This part is optional. I'm going to be putting mine into my food processor, and I'm going to process them all, not so that they become mushy, but just so that they break up a little more. You can definitely go ahead and dehydrate them as is if you don't have a food processor. This was my treat from 2021. Every year I try to buy something for myself that will make my life easier in the kitchen or in the garden. This year it was the dehydrator. Last year it was this food processor. I've already prepared 2 of my trays for the dehydrator. I've put some parchment paper on top, and I may only need 1 tray. I'm going to pour the pieces out and really spread them around because I want to make sure that they dry very, very evenly. I think I'll use 2 trays anyway, since I have them prepared. I wish I could share the fragrance of this with you right now. Very garlicky, but also very oniony. I find that the Scapes taste a lot like green onions or spring onions, but they do have that garlic flavor to them. If you're doing it this way, take your time spreading it out because you really want to make sure that there's no double layers. You want them to dry really well and really evenly because we are going to make this into a powder after. I just realized this is a very appliance-heavy project. Food processor, dehydrator, then blender. Okay, I think this is looking pretty good. I'm going to put these into my dehydrator on the herb setting, which for my dehydrator it says 95 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm going to leave this in for 6 hours, but I'm going to check them after 3 hours. I'm going to check every hour. This is how they look after 6 hours in the dehydrator. This was Scapes from 16 garlic plants. So I managed to get 38 grams of Scape powder out of those 16 Scapes. Now that's about 7.5 teaspoons, which is pretty good because this stuff can be kind of potent. You can tell just by the smell, and I know from eating it last year, it doesn't take a lot to flavor your food. As you can see here though, mine isn't quite a fine powder because I just have a regular blender. If you had a high-powered blender, then you could probably get a really nice fine powder. So there you have it, my friends. Some nice Scape powder. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments. Do you make Scape powder? Do you grow your own garlic? I just want to say thank you to Kara from Bluebird Homestead who gave me this wonderful idea. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. I'll see you next time. Bye.